This is the screencast for section 2.2, example 6, finding an end behavior model. Well, an end behavior model is a simpler function used to model the behavior of a more complicated function. So for example, in example 6, f of x equals this complicated polynomial. And we're going to show that while f and g are quite different for numerically small values of x, like 0, 1, 2, 3, and really even smaller or even bigger than that, they are virtually identical for absolute value of x large. And g of x is just the first term of f of x. It's just 3x to the fourth. The most significant term in a polynomial is its first term, its leading term with the degree and leading coefficient. Now, this part, they are virtually identical for absolute value of x large, meaning really, really, really large values of both positive and negative x's. So here I showed you the window, a very small window, -2 to 2, and then a y min of -5, y max of 20. You can see they're lopsided and weird, and they don't really look like each other. I'm sure you can imagine that this guy right here is the y equals 3x to the fourth, because that is just a plain smooth parabola. This guy here, well, quadratic function, this guy here is the f of x, complicated one. Now down here, I zoomed way out, and I got a window that was enormous. And look, I put my second graph in bold here, so f of x has already been graphed, and g of x is beginning to graph on top of it in bold right there. And it looks exactly the same. And if you did this on your calculator, you would see they look exactly the same, because just 3x to the fourth models the end behavior for this complicated polynomial. And we're going to use this idea in example 7. Right now, you're just getting used to the idea that 3x to the fourth and 3x to the fourth minus 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 5x plus 6 are virtually the same graph, as long as you zoom out far enough. So number 39, f of x equals 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Well, we got to show, A, find a power function and end behavior model for f, and then B, identify any horizontal asymptotes. So A, find a power function and behavior model would be y equals 3x squared. Now I encourage you to graph this in y1 and this in y2 and find a window large enough to make the two look like the same graph. Part B, there are no horizontal asymptotes.